Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're going to be looking at Dolly's mailbox. You can see this is the classic server. So this is the traditional AFK Arena. Draconic gift launch and the return of the hunting fields. So greeting adventurers, you know it is sharing the latest updates straight from the dev. So this is the dev update that we got. This of course is over on Facebook. Want to run through here, see exactly how it looks. Starting with our first question, really like the new highborn dragon heroes, but it's hard to get them. Now, we know when the patch comes up on Tuesday, we are going to launch the Draconic gift, which means you're getting free 50 Draconis insignias, and also you'll get the first 610 summons discounted at the temple. So this is running and really falling in line with the Awakened heroes that we see. So giving this Draconic gift is, of course, going to give you one, possibly two more copies of the Draconic heroes. If they do this every single time, you can catch up a little bit, because at this point there really is only two really highborn Draconic heroes that you want to build. Hildwyn you'll build slowly out of the shop if you don't already have them built, if you didn't get those free copies. Gwen, at this point, if you can borrow her, you might want to pass. Lan is the primary one that most players are focused on and building out in the entirety. And of course, when it comes to Skylin, we'll have to see exactly where he comes. So the recent Draconic heroes seem to need a lot of development to perform well. We hear you in future designs, meaning not the current ones we have. They'll make sure even low-level Draconic heroes shine and be useful without too much pressure. This, of course, goes right back to the Awakened version of Gwen. If you don't have her all the way to Ascended 1-star with the engraving, you do not see the damage. Now, we're also seeing this exact same thing when it comes to Rendell. If you don't have him built out, you will not see the damage, and it's kind of game-changing when you look at the before and after damage when you actually do have him built out. And I believe Mesmer shared it a little while ago, but the damage is absolutely broken when you build Rendell out. If you don't have him built out, you actually don't see really any damage at all. So it's been a while since we had the hunting fields. Now, at this point, it has been years since we've seen the hunting fields. If you're unfamiliar with what the hunting fields are, it is like a mini Abyssal expedition that only has, I believe it was 5 players. So a new season is on the way. Again, it's been a long time reworking the event to make it lighter, faster, and more exciting. So if you guys remember when the hunting fields came out, even the last iteration, it was literally a race to the very end boss to kill it. The hunting fields almost in the entirety, it was a joke because players just blew through it so fast. If you're a whale, if you're a large player, you could get 5 other players together, feed one player all of the resources, and just crush everything running through there. To me, the game mode was okay, but it just seemed like a cheap version of the Abyssal Expedition. So the last Guild Boss update has been 2 years ago. Now guys, when we talk about a Guild Boss update, the only Guild Boss update that happened 2 years ago was taking them to, I believe, 1080p. There really wasn't any other different to the Guild Boss. There were no changes. They might feel a bit stale. It's been 5 years since we've had Risen Soren, guys, ever since the very beginning. We're looking to add new bosses to bring some fresh challenges, and we'll also be updating the rewards, which again, it has been 5 years that it's been kind of broken with Risen Soren. This is definitely something that they needed to really overlook. And again, with the updates, they might have adjusted some of the loot, but the bosses themselves did not change at all. When will the Awakened Heroes in the Mystic Star Zone event be reset? We've taken note of this. They're planning to update it soon, and I hope and really stress that with this, I hope they keep the current heroes we have in there, because if you're in the middle of building out Leica or Shemira or Belinda, if they adjust this Mystic Star Zone chest to include or change or rotate different heroes in here, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to continue and build the ones that you currently are. And I know for a lot of players, this makes a really big difference because they are currently building out a couple of heroes that are in these chests. And of course, it's giving you the ability to build a couple of these out of the Star Zone versus utilizing all of your time emblems to get the copies out of there. So I'm running low on arcane staffs. Not running low. We've been out, and we have been out since the collections and the Ghoulish Gallery has really come out. It's not running low. We don't have any at all. So I don't know why they're kind of downplaying this one. In the November 5th update, we added a new quest, weekly quest supply to this Ghoulish Gallery where you get arcane staffs 10 for free, which of course is equating to 30,000 diamonds. We hope this helps with the shortage, and we'll continue to listen to our feedback to provide more ways to earn this item. Guys, we need more staffs. I'm telling you right now, this is probably one of the biggest pet peeves. Anytime that I have a conversation or we do a video about collections, building them, everybody says right off the bat, we don't have arcane staffs. You can't go in there, you can't get the totems. Even with the addition in the Stargazer and the Temple of Time, getting the totems and getting the arcane staffs are almost non-existent. Even when you run out of totems, once you do runs, you're not able to do anymore at that point. After reaching a certain stage in the campaign, I've noticed they capped the hero essence. Yes, that is exactly what they did. It no longer increases. So as you've pushed through a lot more content, never gotten more hero essence. And of course, it really shores up and really has a big shortfall when it comes to being able to make progression in the campaign, because you cannot level up the resonating crystal, and because you cannot level up that resonating crystal, you can't make and push progression within the campaign or the tower for that matter. So yes, absolutely getting, and I'm running out soon. Nope, we've been out for every single level that we do. We wait and we wait and we wait and we build up the essence, and then we finally use it. We progress a little bit, and then we go back to the waiting game of the AFK arena. The recommended formations aren't very helpful for new players. This again is something that I get and really talk about quite a bit. When it comes to the recommended formations for newer players, a lot of players are not going to have the new heroes. That is why when a lot of people ask me what formations would I use with different heroes, what formations would you use on my account, there's not really a very clear answer, because when it comes to AFK Arena, the variation of builds, depending on where you have your heroes, do you have the metas, do you have the Awakened, do you have the Draconic heroes, who you have built makes a really big difference on what team and what recommendations and formations you can kind of build in there. You have to make sure the recommended formations, I know they've changed it a couple times, but they didn't have the desired effect. The other kind of side effect is this, is the collections. When it comes to the Heroes of Espria, when it comes to the Treasure Scramble, when it comes to the Curse Realm, the Nightmare Corridor, everything in its entirety, all of the collections are getting shuffled around. I don't know where or how they are ever going to have an answer for the collections, but the way that it works right now, they are randomly equipping or unequipping different heroes, again, kind of random when it comes to the build on all these, and a lot of players are not happy because you have to manually go in, even if you're putting them in formations, even if you're saving the formations, you still have to go in there and you have to change them every single time. So they definitely need to come up with new solutions, have to have a few things over here. And then of course the Constellation. This is something they have forgotten in its entirety. And there's also a lot of other game modes that I feel like they've really forgotten in the entirety. When we start looking at all of the peaks of time with all of the coming soon, nothing's coming soon. And I don't know, at one point, it has literally been months, if not years, for some of the parts. Now we have this Constellation that they did the first 3 stars in there. They have never touched it again. Thanks for bringing it up. We're working on speeding up the release of the remaining stars in Ancora Constellation, which will be part of the future updates. So just saying that it's coming soon is going to remain and stay with the coming soon. So thank you for all the issues of the designer face-to-face. So overall, guys, when it comes to Dolly's mail, when it comes to this form, we already know majority of what's coming down the pipeline. We know, again, the return of the hunting fields. But overall, when it comes to the game itself with the classic server, I know a lot of players picked up and have really been playing companions. They're liking it, but it seems like we're at the point with even companions that we've hit a lot of the brick wall with the essence and also with the hero copies we don't have. Now, season 1 of the Abyssal Expedition did start on my server, so definitely playing that. But guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.